Hello and welcome back to this Payday I bought, or TPIB as I'm trying to coin it, here on my channel. I'm Kylex and I hope you enjoy this video. Before we start, if you have an interest or a story about anything that I feature on this show, be sure to leave a comment down in the comment section. And obviously if you enjoy the show, do the same, leave a comment. Also hit that like button. If you're new around here, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads on my channel. In this episode I have a few things, awesome things that I want to show you, and those avid watchers of my channel will probably know that I'm currently going through the journey of watching every Marvel Cinematic Universe movie from in chronological order. My idea was to get a pop figure, the Funko Pop figures. I wanted to get one of them for each show I watched because I just think it's a cool thing to do, and then I'll have some things for my backdrop, which once I get a few things going, I'll start unveiling maybe, and then you'll see all the cool stuff brought together in harmony. The first thing I wanted to show you was this beauty, Captain America Funko Pop figure, 219. It's from the first Captain America movie, and this version is the 2017 Spring Convention version. So I only paid $17.99 for this one on eBay, and I'm not sure why it was so cheap because, to be fair, it did come in this box, but I couldn't show the figure properly in the box, so it will go back in that box after. Yeah, it's quite a cool pop figure, but yeah. I've looked it up, and there's a pop value website, and it goes for on average about £50 on there. So I think I've got myself a little bargain. Not that I'm going to sell it anyway, and then I carried on looking on eBay. It goes for up to £100, and on Amazon it's like £150. That collector's version, that 2017 Spring Convention exclusive version. I was quite shocked about how lucky I was, considering I bought it second hand. So that's cool. A fun fact about the first Avenger movie: there was a cameo appearances planned for Logan, obviously Wolverine, and Eric Lensher, Magneto, obviously from X-Men, who were present during World War II. Logan was a soldier and Lensher was an internment or prisoner of war camp. These cameos were scripted due to rights issues, so I don't think there'd be rights issues now because the Marvel Universe owns X-Men now. So that would have been quite cool to see Logan and Magneto in there. The next pop figure I got is the second film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that's Captain Marvel. 425. This one is the limited chase edition. With the helmet on. Again, I don't know why I keep putting it away. Again, I got this one from Amazon for $12.99, I think. And it's another one that since I've bought has gone up in value. And it seems by over 3 times. And it's quite a new one because obviously Captain Marvel movie has only just recently come out. But it's now on Amazon for £46. Although you can get it cheaper elsewhere still. So I think it's because it's a new figure, the prices are still guesstimates and they're up in and down in. But yeah, it seems to be another cool one. So yeah, they're the first 2 pop figures I got. So keep your eyes peeled for future episodes where I will hopefully pick up more MCU pop figures. Fun fact about the Captain Marvel movie, which has only just recently come out on DVD. Which I highly regard. Yeah, I highly regard it. I would suggest going to watch it, is basically what I'm trying to say. So Stan Lee obviously passed away recently, and that was while they were editing the movie Captain Marvel. So the guys at Marvel, as a special thank you or a ode to Stan, I guess, put together the special opening for the movie Captain Marvel to honour the great Stan Lee. Next up in this episode, we have the opposition encyclopedia from the last episode of TPIB, where I showed off the Marvel Ultimate Guide. This month's one is the Ultimate DC Encyclopedia Character Guide, new edition. $12.99 is what the RRP on it is, and I paid £6.49. Oh no, £8.95. Sorry, £6.49 was paid for the Marvel one. But it's still a great purchase for someone who basically knows not very little about superheroes. Only really the basicest of knowledge. It's quite a cool book, and one that I'll be reading soon to learn more about it. So the blurb on the back says, discover more than 200 brave superheroes and terrifying supervillains. From Aquaman to Zoom, this A to Z guide reveals the latest storylines, facts and stats on all of your favourite DC comic characters. Do you know the difference between Catwoman and the Cheetah? And who is the most vile villain? Darkseid? Is it Darkseid or Darkseid? Or the Joker? Find out inside. And I will be doing that. So now we are going to move on to some DVDs, and I'm very excited to share this one. It's one that it's massive from my childhood, and it is Thundercats. Oh, the actual complete collection of Thundercats. All 130 episodes from the classic animated series 1985 to 1989. If you know what this is, then congratulations, you are a legend and a proper 80s child. If not, I would definitely recommend you pick this up, as it's one of the biggest 80s cartoons, and you can't really go wrong. Just under 25 quid, I think, like 24.70 or something like that. So it's very good, and I will put the link to it in on Amazon. But I was quite surprised at how cheap this actually was. Thundercats was an absolute brilliant series. I don't think I watched it all the way through, but as a child, I absolutely loved it. So the blurb on the back says, born on a doomed planet in a faraway galaxy, a race of half-human, half-feline creatures find a new home on the third Earth. But these fierce feline humanoids must battle both evil mutants and an ancient devil priest who seek the source of the noble Thundercats' power. Join the Thundercats as they courageously, struggle with that word then, face the future on their strange new planet. So yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. A fun fact for this series, the cartoon was actually revived in 2011. I haven't seen that one yet. I will be looking at getting that soon. As a prequel reboot to Thundercats. 2011 followed Lino, who's the main character, this guy here, with the red hair, there, in their teenage years. And the Thundercats in their teenage years. So, yeah, the runtime is 2,826 minutes. That's a lot of minutes for 25 quid. And quality minutes they are. Next up we have Felix the Cat. Now this wasn't one of the best things I ever watched. It was created in 1919 originally. This isn't the full complete series of it or anything. I remember it, but I don't remember much about it. And I remember watching it in the same sort of vein as I watched, you know, the likes of the Looney Tunes stuff and Tom and Jerry and all that sort of stuff. So it's something you could watch and not know anything about, but still enjoy it as a kid. So yeah, I picked this up for £1 from my local pound store. So even though it wasn't a favourite of mine, it does fit the whole retro series niche that I'm going for in this series. And I'm not going to pick it. I'm not going to not pick it up for a measly quid. So it's got 4 episodes on it. It says that it's a bumper edition. It's not bumper compared to the Thundercats, but you know, it's got 8. Did I say 4? I meant 8 episodes in it. And it'd be quite cool to watch, I think. Fun fact, the theme song to Felix the Cat was actually recorded in New York City in 1959. And it was sung by East Coast big band singer Ann Bennett. The 15-minute session paid her $75 and resulted in an English and Spanish version. I'd definitely call that version for money. $75. You couldn't get someone to sing a song for your series for $75 these days. Well, that probably would have been a bit more money back in the days. Next up, and also from my local pound store, I picked up this. Only £1. Batman Ninja. You can't really see that, and the stickers over that one. It's a DC animated movie, and it's, I don't know, I saw it and I just thought, I don't really like anime normally, but I thought I'll give it a go. It's a quid. It's a quid. Do you know what I mean? I'm not usually one for anime, but like I said, you know, I can hardly, if I picked up Felix the Cat for a quid, I can't really not pick up Batman Ninja just because it's an anime. It's a quid. I felt like I had to buy it, really. And it should be quite different and a different sort of take from the original Batman series as well. This anime, which is endorsed by DC Comics, was only released in 2018. It's an 82-minute long movie and should be a pretty good watch, I think. Fun fact, in advance of the physical release of this DVD on US Home Video on May 8th, 2018, Warner Brothers Home Entertainment arranged for a special 2-night event in New York City that included special screening of Batman Ninja on May the 1st and the 2nd. And within 2 years it's in the pound shop for a quid. So I'm guessing it didn't do as well as they anticipated, but I'm looking forward to watching it. So yeah, cool. My final DVD pickup for this episode is one born out of a very popular game franchise and a favourite game franchise of mine, Halo Nightfall. As a big fan of Halo, I couldn't not pick this up, especially as it only cost me 50p from one of my local charity shops. I haven't seen it yet. I think I've seen the first one, the first Halo movie, and it was okay. But even if this is just okay, 50p, I'm not going to complain. With a runtime of 94 minutes, Nightfall was released in November 2014. I'm looking forward to checking this out very soon. I don't know much else about it. I don't know whether the Master Chief's going to be in it or whether it's going to carry on before or after the other film. But it is something I'm going to be looking forward to watching. Fun fact, most of the film was shot on location in Iceland, and the actors had to pretend they were in very hot environment of over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, despite the fact they were in sub-zero temperatures. Okay, I don't know why they couldn't have done it somewhere hotter then. But anyway, yeah. The weather was so taxing that the cast members passing out was an everyday occurrence, and the cast and crew took bets on who would pass out first to keep morale high. Okay. Cool bets, guys. Cool bets. The last part of the show, we are going to be talking a bit about PS2 games. I've picked up some PS2 games because, as my avid watchers will also know, I've also restarted my PS2 collection and set up my PS2. So look forward to that on my channel very soon, guys. First up, we have Black, a first-person shooter game developed by Criterion Games and published by EA for PlayStation 2 and Xbox. I've got the PlayStation 2 version, obviously. I do have an Xbox. I am more Xbox than PlayStation anyway now, especially since the PlayStation 3 came out. I went from PlayStation 2 to Xbox 3... No, Xbox. Just Xbox. And then Xbox 360. The initial release date was 11th February 2005, one that was highly recommended to me by at such a name 101 on Twitter. I think they're called Batman, but that's their handle. So thank you very much, and a little bit of a shout out for you. So I got it from Amazon for £2.50, which isn't bad. It looks like an alright game, and if it's been highly recommended, it can't be too bad for £2.50, right? Next up, we have two games. We have Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, and we have Ratchet and Clank. Both very, very highly recommended games from my man RetroWolf88. That's his handle on Twitter, RetroWolf88. And they're games I've never played before, so I thought I'd give them a go. They come very, very highly recommended, not just by RetroWolf, by a few people actually, but RetroWolf was the first one to say these are ones you should get, because I put a tweet out saying what are the best PS2 games that I should pick up and try, and I got quite a good response from that one. So yeah, I ordered them both, and Ratchet and Clank cost £4.28, and the first Jak and Daxter game costs slightly more at £4.68. If Retro Wolf 88's advice is anything to go off, they'll be good value for money at that price, and I look forward to giving them both a go. LMA Manager 2004 is the next game I picked up, and I got it from CX for 50p. Don't know if you can see that. It's quite faded. 50p. 50p. Now, there's quite a few of these sort of games at 50p, like, you know, the FIFAs, the dated games. They all go really, really cheap. But this is an absolute bargain of a game. I spent so many hours playing back in the day. Honestly, this is the game that stopped me playing so many other games. The reason I didn't play the likes of Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, and Black, you know, is because of this game. This exact version, 2004. I remember managing Real Madrid on this game for something like 25 seasons, 25 years. There wasn't anything I hadn't won, and my stadium was maxed out. It was as good as it gets. This game was so awesome. If you disagree, then you've never played it, or you don't like football. You know, it was one of the best manager games ever, and it was before all the 3D match engine stuff as well. So, well, it wasn't before the 3D match engine. I lied about that. It actually has a 3D match engine, but it wasn't as time consuming and as in depth as the Football Manager franchise is these days. But it had just enough, I feel. It had just enough to keep you hooked. My son, who's just turned 16, he's just finished his GCSEs, was 1 when this came out. And I would use him as an excuse to play this for longer. Basically, I'd be playing it most of the day. And then my ex would go to bed. She'd be like, "Are you coming to bed?" And I'd be like, no, because, you know, he's probably going to wake up in the next couple of hours. So I'll just stay up and, you know, play a little bit more of this. And then I'll sort him and you can just stay in bed and go to sleep. You don't have to worry. I might actually do a little series on this on my channel. Just because, really, I absolutely love this game. I do have 2005 somewhere as well, I think. But it includes all January 2004 transfers. The final game I picked up this payday was State of Emergency. Again, 50p. 50p. And it does come with quite a sizable warning not to sell this game to under 18s. So it must be a pretty good game, right? I heard of this game back in the day, but again, I'd never played it. I imagine it's very similar to the likes of GTA and Saints Row, and it's even made by Rockstar Games, the guys who brought us the GTA series. So I could be wrong, but I'll be finding out soon enough. This game was picked up from CX for 50p, so even if it is a terrible game, it's not like I'm out of pocket, is it? It looks quite similar to Grand Theft Auto and the like. So yeah. And guys, that is it for this Payday I Bought or TPIB episode. Thanks so much for watching, and if you do own or you have played any of these games, or you know, watch the films or TV series, do mention it in the comment section, because it is good to talk about this stuff. And don't forget, the links to all the stuff will also be in the description as well. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a cheeky like, and if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads, because that would be terrible, wouldn't it? Thanks again for coming out, guys. Thanks for watching. I've been Kylex. Peace out.